Hello, I'm Lauren Carr, and welcome back to Authors on iTours. Today is our third installment in the series reviewing Christian Klaver's Empire of the House of Thorns. This is a YA fantasy series that has been getting rave reviews on Authors on iTours. Today, we're going to be doing a review of Armadas on the Midst. This is Christian Klaver's new release, the third book in his series. So if you are a YA fantasy fan, you're going to want to stick around.
Hello, this is Lauren Carr, and welcome to Authors on iTours, a podcast devoted to authors, book bloggers, and other book lovers alike.
Hello, welcome back to Authors on iTours, and let's meet Christian Klaver, the author of Armadas in the Midst. Christian Klaver has been writing for over 20 years with a number of magazine publications, including Escape Pod, Dark Wisdom Anthology, and Antimatter. He is the author of the Supernatural Case Files of Sherlock Holmes series, but he's also written over a dozen novels, both sci-fi and fantasy, often with a noir bent. He's worked as a bookseller, bartender, and a martial arts instructor before settling into a career in internet security. He lives just outside of the sprawling decay of Detroit, Michigan, with his wife Kimberly, his daughter Catherine, and a group of animals he refers to as the menagerie. He's also a part of the Untitled Writers Group based in Ann Arbor for the past decade or so, with a bunch of equally starry-eyed dreamers and social misanthropes. And now, let me tell you a bit about Christian Klaver's Armadas in the Midst, his new release, the third installment in the Empire of the House of Thorns series. The Black Shuck's forces gathered just beyond the midst. Captain Justice Kasric knows how complicated family can be. The escalating Human-Faerie war has scattered and wounded her siblings and transformed her parents beyond recognition. After narrowly escaping yet another dangerous class, 15-year-old Justice has had enough. She's determined to defeat the Black Shuck, the mysterious leader controlling the Faerie invasion of London. But if Justice hopes to stand a chance of victory, she'll have to do the impossible, reunite her family and lead them against the looming Faerie Armada. With her mother and brother at the helm of the enemy fleet and the prophesied 7 virtues slipping out of reach, Justice more than has her work cut out for her. Even if she can save England, the cost may be higher than she's willing to pay. And now for my review of Armadas in the Midst, Christian Klaver's new release in the Empire of the House of Thorns series. Justice is now a captain. As she continues to fight in their war against the fairies, Justice leads her crew through traumatic storms and anxious battles to save London. Justice's mother and brother have joined the side of the Faerie. As a result, Justice and the rest of her siblings must fight against them. Now, can you imagine that? The plot is different and new and a refreshing storyline, to be sure. As this imaginative saga continues, expect the unexpected at every turn in this unique young adult fantasy. The pace is action-packed, and the author throws twists and turns that the reader never sees coming. This is a well-written and exciting adventure in a fantasy world that constantly surprises its readers. The author does a particularly good job at reminding readers of previous events in earlier installments of this series without drawn-out recollections. This is a compelling series that will keep the reader turning the pages. Now, as I mentioned in my other reviews of Shadows over London and Justice at Sea, I enjoy the character of Justice and seeing her grow over this series. I also enjoy Christian Klaver's unique setting and adventures. Now, there are quite a few characters to get to know, but Christian does an amazing job of making each one unique. You have characters that are learning they are only half human and half fairy, and parents who turn out to be totally not what you expect them to be. There could certainly be future adventures with Justice, and if you enjoy fun, save the world fantasy adventures with brave female leads, then the Empire of the House of Thorns is definitely something that you want to add to your reading list.
And that concludes today's episode of Authors on iTours. This is Lauren Carr, and thank you very much for stopping by. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do be sure to like and subscribe so you can receive notifications of episodes every time we upload. Thank you very much for stopping by. In the meantime, happy reading.